Hey there, gang. We are in Green Lake, Wisconsin. Big Green Lake. They used to call this way back in the 1800s Dartford, but it's called Green Lake now. And we're at this Dartford cemetery. It's supposed to be really haunted. Number one haunted in Wisconsin, I guess. But what I see is a beautiful cemetery. Well, very well maintained. So yeah, there's the entry gate here. And if you look across the street here, you have the same kind of entry gate there. And that is the newer, that's the newer section. So yeah, let's focus on the older stuff here. And go through the gate. All right. And we are in. We're in. I haven't said that for a long time. Remember that? All right. Oh, let's have a look around. Now, there's a couple things right off that people talk about the cemetery that makes it somewhat famous, and that is that vault over there of Jackson Walker. And beyond that, the tombstone of Chief High-Knocker. So we're going to talk about both of those. But yeah, this was on the Discovery Channel many years ago. It kind of started, I think it's the reason it started, it made this, I don't know why they picked the cemetery, but as the show, I think it was in the early 2000s, there was some kid that was doing paranormal research, and he discovered the cemetery, came out here with his two buddies, and they had a horrendous experience on that vault. So we're going to talk about that, but that really started things off. So let's look at some stones here. The cemetery is not as old as many. Some of the graves here were relocated here. And we have some people who were born in the 1700s. And for the United States, that's pretty old. I know you guys in England, that's nothing. But hey, that's old for us. Like this one here. Born in 1817, Elizabeth Branning. It's an interesting inscription. (1817) died December 11th, 1886. Very quiet. Yeah, a lot of ghosts at night, they say, roam the cemetery. So yeah, going back to this show, it was called A Haunting. Yeah, it was the Discovery Channel, and it really put this place on the map. And I'm sure the locals here not too thrilled about it, with all these kids coming here at night. I think they still do. There's a lot of crazy videos on YouTube on this place, but I still want to take you guys here, check it out. Such a beautiful day. There's the hands, the two hands for Henry B. Miller. Died June 25th, 1875. Curtis. Now I can see already that is a really old one. Let's go check that out. And on this side, it says multiple inscriptions, I'm sure. Mary A. Curtis, wife of, what's DEA? DEA J. Curtis. What would that stand for, you guys? Died in 1878. Here's died 1805 to 1879. And this side, I don't even know. I don't think there's an inscription here. No, just those two sides. I don't know, it doesn't look too spooky to me, guys, but of course it's a bright sunny day. So yeah, Green Lake, guys. I've got a I don't know how far away from the lake we are here, but there's a big lake. It's called Green Lake. It's massive. I think it's the deepest lake in Wisconsin. I know it's some 200 feet deep. I've flown my seaplane in there several times. For those of you who are local, you'll know of Norton's. I used to have some good steak dinners there with the guys. And the Heidel House. I mean, I'm talking 20 plus years ago. They used to have a show in the weekends. Oh boy, some stories. But Green Lake is beautiful. The Native Americans that were here, the Indians, that was their domain. The Green Lake was kind of the center of the ancestral, religious, spiritual center of this area of Wisconsin. I think they go by the Ho-Chunk today. There's an Indian who's buried here we're going to talk about. High Knocker is an interesting story, and he's got a spooky, what do you want to call it? Relief picture of his face. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at a couple of these interesting things here. And one is this vault. Let's go right to it. So yeah, this, not a mausoleum, it's really a crypt, like a vault of this Walker guy, Jackson Walker. He was the proprietor of a rustic house here in Green Lake. He was born in or around 1818 in New York. His wife is Sophia Walker, son Lyman Walker, and daughter Emma. And they were here. They were here back in the old days. Now there's a myth that there's a bunch of children in this vault that died of polio. And they're seen roaming the cemetery at night. But I don't see that. I think this is the Walker family. And Jackson was relocated here. I think he was in Montello, as I recall. And they talk about, well, this is what the boys sat on. They sat up here on top, right on the edge, I think, with their feet dangling over the edge. And some sinister force came and pushed them off. And that was it. The legend was started. So yeah. And the cracks, they talk about the cracks in the side. So, cracks. There you go. And there's a back secret entrance. No, there's no secret entrance. Tricked you. But the crypt probably used to have a door in the front, as many of them do, and then you get the vandals and the creeps and the satanic worshippers. So they had to cover it up. It's like the glass window to the girl. we saw Jackson Walker, so that's his story. And this is kind of the centerpiece of the cemetery and centerpiece of the story, why this place is supposed to be so haunted. And maybe it is. I don't know. You guys chime in. Let me know. I know a lot of people have come here in the wee hours. Not recommended. There's a bench over there. Let's go walk over there. A couple of neat old stones that we can see on the way, like this one. You can't read it. The name is Williams. But look at this old one. Looks like it says B-R-O, Brooks. Yeah, Brooks. Brooks. But I don't see any inscriptions. Here's Brooks. Let's see here. Lidorn. Lidorna, wife of Brooks. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Lidorna. Oh yeah, we've got a lot of Brooks here. Lots of Brooks. Well, if Deb finds anything on the Brooks family here, we'll post it. Maybe Find a Grave has more information on this family. Susan S. Brooks, this one you can read. She died June 1st, 1898. Age, I think says 73. Neat bench here. Thomas T. and Amanda Cutchin. And it has a nice little quote there. Well, let's head over to Chief Heinocker's. I can see his... Yeah, look at that. You can see from here that face I was talking about. It's kind of spooky looking. A Heinocker face. His eyes are white. Want to walk over there? What do you think? I think we'll have to. Let's go. So yeah, Chief Heinocker was born here. He was the last chief to rule Green Lake. And although a treaty forced the Winnebagos, of course, Ho-Chunk now, it's called the Winnebagos. It was an attractive area for the Indians of this area, sacred place. It was the home of the water spirit. Now, Chief Heinocker, that wasn't his real name. They called him that because he wore this high stovepipe hat, like the Abraham Lincoln hat, right? Except it was even bigger, so they say. Born in the year of 1820 on the eastern shores, what was then called Dartford. He was the son of Big Shoulder, a chief who was said to have lived to 106. And according to accounts, he loved to sit on a large sun-baked rock near the shore of Green Lake. A very friendly guy. Everybody liked him. And you see here He was originally buried by the lake. His son reburied him here and had this rock made or brought here. This, I'm not saying that this is the rock, but, and yeah, it does say drowned, because the legend, it's not just the legend, he, so you can see there, it says drowned. He was coming back from Berlin. Now, we just did a story a month or two ago, you probably saw it on the channel, of the young boy that died in the Fox River. It's the same Fox River that this man died. He's trying to swim across. There was no canoe for him, so he thought he'd swim across. People say he was drunk and he did it on a dare. I think those are all just made up things. But there it is, the relief of Heinacher, Chief Heinacher. Died in 1911. It was a hot Saturday, August 12th, 1911, and that's when he met his tragic end. He was at first buried at a campsite along the Fox River, and then he was there for many years, and his son Henry Dick brought him here in the 1930s, and he brought that rock here. All right, well, there it is, guys. So that is Dartford Cemetery. Start you off for Halloween, you Halloween lovers like me. Ooh, it's like 85, almost 90 degrees. So time to head out. And let's roll this month. Happy Halloween. Here we go. It's October 2024. We're gonna roll it. We got some good stuff coming.